Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm the host, the person voted most likely you want to eat dinner with by Your Mom Magazine, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mother. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck inspired by a deck that I found over on the Aether Hub called Mono Red Defiler by Neon Hydra 64. And I gotta say inspired because I played it and it was good, but there were problems. Number one, I didn't have some of the cards that were in the deck that he put up, so I swapped it out for some other cards. And then I realized it seemed like the original mana was a little light, so I ended up adding more mana to it, made it better. So it's 90% the deck from Aether Hub and 10% Dr. Suckit magic. So let's take a look at the deck. We'll talk about the cards that are in it, and we'll try to figure out how it works. We got at the light end, let's see, what do we really got going on here? So it's usually playing mono red, you're playing mono red haste, right? You're going to get out a bunch of hasty guys. You're going to just, clear out the board. That's not what this deck does at all. As a matter of fact, we've only got one guy under 3, and that's this Cliffstomper. And this dude is a big old wussy at a 0-4. Now, the good thing about him is he's got a big old 4 butt, which means he will be able to defend from a lot of stuff and can't be burned by, low-end red damage. Black can take him out. Lots of black can take him out. White can take him out. But green won't be able to, red won't be able to. He's a good guy for that kind of stuff. And the good thing is once you get 4 mountains, then he becomes at least a 4-4 when he's attacking. On your turn, he becomes a 4-4. If every mountain beyond that you put out, you get stronger and stronger and stronger. So this guy has got mid-game potential. He's kind of like the Topiary Stomper. Other than the fact you don't get anything that he comes out other than just a big old butt. So he's pretty cool. Abrade does a good job of taking out artifacts, and this is an artifact heavy meta. Also does 3 points of damage to any target creature. So this is a good card right now. Fable for copying stuff and putting out a treasure troll. Rending Flame does 5 points of damage to target creature or planeswalker. I haven't played it against any spirits lately. You're not seeing a bunch of spirits, so the rest of it doesn't really matter too much. Chandra, I've seen her in a lot of mono red decks. Man, she is so good in this deck. She is so good. I just never really understood what the point of her was. The big thing is that we actually need mana. So getting that extra 1 mana and doing the point of damage is fantastic. But even more so, this deck lasts longer. So getting to the -7 can happen. And and that is so good when you can get her to pop for 7 and everything she provides you at that point. Because it says whenever you cast a red spell, then it does X damage to any target where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. And we got a lot of stuff it's beefy. Ooh, like the 7 right there. But of course, or the 9. I just haven't played the 9. I've never seen Skitterbeam come out for the 9, but it could happen. Mechanized Warfare makes all of your red and artifact creatures do an additional point of damage. If you have more of those out, that's more additional damage they deal. The thing is, they have to at least deal damage, though. So that means if you attack with a 0, it's still going to be 0. This guy has to deal at least 1 point of damage to get the benefit of Mechanized Warfare. Defiler of Instinct comes out as a first striking 4-4. That's great. But even more so, he'll make it. You can remove a red from the cast of anything you need to do that way by paying 2 life. So he'll make all your red spells 1 mana less, but it will cost you 2 life to do it. But you know what? That's usually just fine. Jaya, she's the card I'm not sure about. I still am not sure what the deal is here. If you got a lot of guys, then yeah, it's great. You can attack, and then because of that -2 ability, it'll do that much damage to to a creature, right? If you got a lot of guys, like the Skitterbeam, that could help. That'd do 3 points of damage or something. -1, that's okay. If you're really desperate, I guess, to play something. Mostly she's going to be putting out dudes with prowess. And the nice thing is that it's not a negative, it's a plus. And those guys become awesome chump blockers. And if you can use them, they're great attackers too, provided you have something to pump them up with. -8 is whenever you cast a red instant or sorcery spell, you copy it twice. You may choose new targets for those copies. That's great, except for the fact that most of our stuff is creature-based. I don't think we have a lot of instants or sorcery in here. It seems like mostly she's here just to pump out the chumps. Chump, 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 pump out the chumps. She also becomes a gigantic target because people see her and freak out. And they start going after her, which is good because it takes the pressure off you for a little bit. Urabrask. This is another one. I always like the good Phyrexian Praetors, but this guy is the guy that's the hardest to play with. I just don't really feel like he has much of a point. In this deck, I feel like he's fantastic. What's great about him is he's got haste, he's a 4/4, but like your opponent never draws a card. So therefore, like if he's got Shouldered out there, he's never actually drawing a card on his turn, so he never gets the 2 extra life each turn. But even more so, he does get a card, but he has to play it that turn, and it's in exile. So they can't acquire cards. So pretty soon, they're going to be handless. It's like a really passive discard, where they just eventually only get whatever they're just top decking from that point forward. That's a pitiful place to be at unless you have a really good deck. So if you're playing the kind of deck that requires a bunch of control or something, Urabrask is bad. So if you're playing against Urabrask and your control deck, that's bad. If you're just a top decking red deck or something, yeah, you maybe don't care that much. But still, I don't know, this guy is actually fairly decent, and hasty 4/4 is good. Now, Skitterbeam is what this deck is, why I was really attracted to it in the first place. Because for 5, he comes out as 3 2/2 trample haste guys, which is fantastic. That's 6 points of damage split into 3 different dudes, so they can only really block 1 maybe or something. Depends how many guys they got out, whatever, right? Plus, if you got Mechanized Warfare, those guys get bigger and bigger and bigger. And they're just, it's such a good card. That's like I say, it's just a good card. When you look at it, you're like, man, I don't care. Now, the good thing is if you had out Kiki from the Fable here, then you'd be able to copy any one of these guys, and that would create 3 additionals where only one of them would be gotten rid of at the end of the turn. So between Skitterbeam and Kiki, you got a combo that causes a tremendous amount of more Skitterbeams to hit. And what I'm wondering is if they come out at 4/4s at that point. I haven't had the ability to do it yet. But I wonder if they'd come out. Yeah, you'd think they'd have to. Because what would Kiki know about the mana cost of the card? It would be a 9, because that's what it is. And so I think they'd come out as 4/4s, which would be incredible. Man, I'm going to have to continue to play decks involving Kiki and Skitterbeam just so we can get something with that combo to work. Mishra's Foundry is a manland, and my God, I love manlands. I loved them. They got rid of them all, and but we at least got one back. Manland, and there it is, 2/2. Because it's a land, so therefore it really can't be destroyed very easily. It likes to hide, so when all the creatures get wiped out, it's still sitting there, able to do whatever you want to do. You got 3 or 4 of them, and you got enough support mana to back them up. It's a devastating force that people have a hard time dealing with. Against control decks, manlands like Mishra's Foundry is a formidable foe. So that's the deck. It's aggressive, but we're really weak on the lighting in the first few rounds. So let's take it out and see how well we can do. All right, playing against Quijenoth. 1, 2, 3. I like that. All right, we got what it takes to get along. Keep. I thought they were going to have country flags anymore. Maybe that was just pretty soon they're going to stop doing that. Like you could see your own flags when you have them as the backs, but everybody else would see them as black. Because it was considered insensitive to display country flags. 1. What are we playing against here? Bant colors, maybe? Alright, we do have 4 mana. That's good. You just want to know whether you need to kill him or not? I mean, if you have white, potentially. Alright, 3. I'm going to go ahead and Fable up. I don't feel like I'm in a huge hurry at this moment. No attacks. Next turn, maybe. Well, that's not good. Is there anybody that's going to be bad for me at this case? I don't know what I'm going for otherwise here. I'm going to have 4. Not sure she's going to do me any good. Let's just get rid of that. All right. There's 4. Let's put out... Let's cut these guys down a little bit. All attack. Get ourselves an additional treasure there. You can double up on him, huh? Good for you. My biggest wish was to be able to clear his board. The fact that he keeps gaining every turn, he can take out. He can only take out the treasure pool. One guy, and that's it for him. Alright, let's get out a Defiler just because I can copy that guy. And, did I do the Chandra? Why not? I can't play that. Let's do it the life way. Blood price! Any target for 1 point. And straight to the face for 1 point. We're done. I don't need to do that. I got 5 mana. Let's put that out. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh wait, I woke him back up. Nope. Night night. Pay a full price for it. Once again to the face. Unfortunately, when that guy turns back, he's going to start stealing dudes from me. Assuming you're going to bring these in and out. I don't think so. There's my draw. Oh, let's pop that dude. That's going to have to discard for him. Let's pop that dude. I should probably just be going for the face. What I should be doing. Let's see what we can pull. That's not cool. God, that's been screwing me over a lot lately. So I'd have to attack with 2 guys. One of them's definitely going to get killed. You just got to sit. Not cool, man. All right, 5, got 1. Right to the face. Rending Flame can do 5 points of damage. Take out the Planeswalker. And we're done. My biggest hope is we get Chandra popped on this next turn. We just gotta defend. How many dudes are you gonna attack with? He's scared of her. Just 2, huh? What? I can't do that, okay. Kill that guy. Kill that guy. That's all that does for us, huh? Let's see. So I'll attack. We'll keep the Heretic. Now we'll send the Heretic in. It's fine. There we go. Oh, Chandra's ability is kick ass. What does this thing do? Just protects it, dual strike. And here is this. Straight to the face. We got the game. There we go. Man, Chandra pulled it out in a way I've never seen before. Victory. All right, playing against Johnny the Bish. Johnny the Bish. I don't know what a Bish is. That is a lot of land. I put a little bit more land in here just to make sure we got land because we were getting stuck on 2 and 3 like forever. I can't believe putting 2 more land would do this. It's a shuffler being a jerk. Hey, Johnny. Alright, there's 3, and we're going to put out a little Mechanized Warfare. And then, nope, no attacks, because my dudes can't do damage, or they're white. He's going to be so awesome in just a second. I'll attack, sure, why not? That's not good. Now we're getting way too much in the way of land. Oh! I can't sacrifice the land and get around Liliana there. Dead! Unfortunately, our Cliffstomper only gets it on the offense. No blocks. But another land, all attack. Alright, we actually are holding an advantage at the moment. Alright, so he's a 6 right now. Make him into a 7. That doesn't really matter. Lose that land. Play defensively. Yeah, that's not good for us. Alright, I don't think I got it, but well, let's see. This guy is going to be punching for 3. And I do gotta get something to like a lightning blast. That would be super cool. Some 0. I think I got it. I got it. There you go. Skitterbeam to the rescue. Damn it. Damn it all to hell. Alright, but against peikiu. I don't know. Let's keep it. Now we were playing against mono black so often right now. Drive me crazy. It's like the match gaming always thinks that mono black is who I need to be playing against. Alright, so he's got mono black, which means he's got creature kill. Which means I start off with something a little bit on the lesser side. Let's go ahead and go for the Defiler. Sure, why not? Alright, so I got a first striking 4/4. That's pretty sweet. Save ourselves a cost. Don't care. 1 up to there. Shoot for 1 right to the face. Without the additional mountain. And Abrade. And our hand is empty. And we're swinging in for 8. And we win! Oppressive. Red power. Victory. Alright, put against Frost. One, two, three. Let's keep it. Ooh, we'll get to touch the precious. Nothing for two. Touch the precious. Here's three, in which case we get a Chandra out. And one to the face. Playing black mana means that he wants to kill my dudes. Touch the precious. Come on, I didn't mute you, did I? Unmute. There we go. Touch the precious. There's another. Punch to the face. And we're done. And he's going after her again. Alright, number 4. We're going to get ourselves out of Treasure Troll. This guy's just packing the kill. We're playing against Mono Black again. Alright, let's put out a Skitterbeam Battalion. Now if we keep any one of those guys alive, we can Fable them 2 turns from now. Making a whole bunch more. Is that guy an artifact? He is, right? Artifact. And we got a bunch of stuff left over. Let's go ahead and go for... I'll put out Jaya so she can create a little chump. Chump! 2 in. Alright, so don't recognize the threat that KGQ places at the moment. Yeah, he totally does. Alright, pump like crazy. I got a Chumper out. You know what you don't have? Is Trample. There you go. You know what she could do every turn? Put out another one. And all in for $1 billion. Okay, that's it. You can play it. And we win. Suck it, Mono Black. Suck it. Playing against Pixabay 5. 1, 2. I don't play this deck with 2 mana. I don't play this deck with 2 mana. I don't play this deck with 4 mana. Alright, we're playing this deck with 1 card. And 3 mana. Yeah, let's do it anyway. That's fine. In your face, hottie Urza. Look at me. I have large pop-up collar. Alright, so we can kill Karn Silex at any point. Looks like he's just going to do it himself. Two. Let's go, Manland. Here's Jaya again. I love that. I love power fisting it. That is so cool. Unfortunately, I'm gonna. Oh, that's. He's just wiping out all my stuff. And he's not gonna be able to kill Jaya, unfortunately for him. Yeah, unfortunately, these guys are slow. They're not hasty. So that wouldn't have helped me to cast it early at all. Power Fist! Alright, he's going to pop out another guy. Can't do it on my turn, though. Need another mana. That's what I need. I don't like the way this guy keeps all this stuff together like that. Let's put out Urabrask. And pop out another Power Fist! Huh! That sucks. Well, that really sucks. That guy also has vigilance. That means he'd be out there acting like a dude. Oh, let's see. Let's just go ahead and power. Skitterbeam it. And then we're going to go all in the attack against our pal. We'll lose 1 guy out of the mix. No more samurais, but we get to Power Fist. Oh! Let's go, Power Fist the chump. Rending Flame. Rending Flame. Let's rend that guy. And then Power Fist. I'll put out Mishra. All attack. Down to 10. That's not cool. I'm not really sure if I can get around this guy. It doesn't really matter. Let's just attack. Just gonna have to keep it up is the problem. I'm gonna kill one per turn. There we go. One to the face. Down to 3. Alright, if he taps that guy, I can definitely do enough. Who's he gonna kill? Chandra, probably. I got more than enough to kill him. Oh, the humanity. Still got plenty. And we win. Winner, winner. Victory dinner. I said victory dinner. Alright, so here we are with Mono Red Defiler. And I gotta say, I have not been this excited about a red deck in a long time. Like, okay, let's just say, who was the hero of this deck? I mean, I want to say it's the Skitterbeam Battalion, because when he comes into play, it is so good. But Skitterbeam Battalion is like one of the last things you do, because usually the game's over at that point. So I guess that's why it's still the hero. But Urabrask is so good at keeping your opponent from gaining cards. They have to play it. They're basically top decking. And then if they just have to play every single turn, they can't hold on to anything. And that is such a problem. Defiler of Instinct, with the way he makes all your cards so much cheaper to play. Perfect. Who else is great here? Chandra. I've never been a fan of Chandra, but in this deck, Chandra is so important. Number one, because she provides you with the extra mana you need to get into the uppercase here. Usually when you see her in a red deck, it's like, look, it's all cheap red, who cares? But, it's like, I don't really care about playing the extra card off the top of my library so much. But that -7 is so devastating. So devastating. I have never gotten that to happen before. This guy is a guy that I just was like, I'm not so sure about. The best thing about him is that for red deck, he's got a defense. You can actually put him out there and he can actually defend for a little while. It's hard to shoot him. And he could defend. And then eventually he starts attacking, at which point he is pretty badass. Abrade takes out artifacts as well as 3 points of damage. It's just a well put together deck. So I did modify this from the original plan. It's because I didn't have Visions of Phyrexia. So I did change up the formula a little bit. I did add more mana because I found that being low on mana was one of the problems this deck had. You think with mono red you wouldn't need as much. The thing is that you do. I ended up having to go from 23 to 25 to make sure that we had enough mana to play the cards we need when we needed it. And this deck has a lot, like between the Defiler allowing you to play stuff for cheaper, and with Chandra being able to get that extra point of red mana out. You'd think you would not need 25 land. You do. You totally do. I mean, I won a game where I had nothing but land. I had one card and land, and I still won it because this deck pulled it out after the fact. It's a good job. I need to get another Skitterbeam. I only got 3. That's the only reason why 3's in here, is because I only have 3. If I get my next mythic, it's going to be a Skitterbeam there. That's what I'm getting. All right, so let's go ahead and rate this deck up. Is it competitive? And I got to say, not really. I mean, there are competitive decks that seem to lose as much as this one does. This deck's not a loser. I mean, it's in the 60s. I can't give you an exact number just because anytime I go up against mono blue, I just immediately give up because I hate playing against mono blue. The weakness this deck has, as you can see, it doesn't have a lot going on before 3 mana. It's really just this guy. So if you're going up against anything fast, like mono red, sometimes it has a hard time. You can't pull together by the time that it's just those other decks are slamming you. So if you're playing against a meta of super fast decks, then this deck is not going to be great. But if you do have some time, this deck is devastating because by mid game, this deck is just hitting hard and coming at all over the place. It is a powerful deck. I was playing with a previous version of this last night. I got 100%. But this morning when I started playing it, the new branch of decks I was playing against this morning, not so much. It was not doing so well. So yeah, but once I made the changes where I added more mana, I think I swapped out Mishra. I put Mishra's Foundry in there. I mean, there's just a lot better things going on there. So this deck seems to be doing much, much better. So I'm not going to say it's competitive, so I'm going to put it into the B ranking right there. The deal, though, is it fun? Yes. Is it interesting? Absolutely. I just haven't really played with these cards, or I haven't seen these cards played this way. This deck is really, really interesting and really fun. So if you're not looking to be competitive and you're just looking to play a decent deck and have some fun with it, this deck is in the solid A ranking, totally fun, and I highly recommend. If you're looking to climb the ladder, you might want to play this deck just to get some ideas, because there's some good stuff going on in here. So anyways, if you so choose to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.